We live in conditions of constantly changing appearance of cities. New ones come to the places of old buildings. The usual modes of transport disappear. Some architectural styles displace others. We get so used to not paying attention to constant small changes that sometimes we notice them only by comparing photos of different years. It seems that the current situation suits everyone, since the practice of building settlements from scratch has remained in the distant past. But there are states that are ready to throw aside the antiquity and surprise the world with projects of fantastic cities built literally out of the blue. One of them is Saudi Arabia. More recently, the Saudis have shared plans for the construction of a new special city. What kind of city is this? What will it be like? And why did it become necessary to create it? See in our issue. Let's go back to the past for a while. A few hundred years ago, the emergence and active growth of megacities were caused by the Industrial Revolution. Cities at that time solved the main problem: arrangement of a sufficient number of places for the life of the workforce and staff. But a large number of production facilities, an increase in the number of transport, and insufficient infrastructure have led to a number of environmental problems that residents of megacities now face. Among them are air pollution, poor water quality, noise, the problem of waste disposal, and the trip from home to work can take more than an hour due to traffic jams and difficulties with public transport. For example, in Moscow, the most congested city in Europe, drivers spend 26% of their time not moving, but standing in traffic jams. That's 91 hours annually. It's even worse in Los Angeles. Drivers of this city spend 102 hours annually being in traffic jams. The above problems are well known to the Saudis. And in January 2021, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman presented his version of their solution. According to the prince, the state needs to transform the concept of an ordinary city into a futuristic one. Nowadays, megacities are no longer just a cluster of houses and streets. They are conglomerates designed to provide a diverse, safe, and high-quality life for people. This means that the issue of creating cities with a completely new model of development is becoming more and more urgent. But Prince Mohammed's strategy is not limited to building one city. Saudi Arabia, despite its conservative lifestyle, confidently looks to the future and is open to modern technologies. So since 2017, the NEOM project has been implemented here, which means a new future in Arabic. In the coming years, the authorities plan to build a huge technological zone in the northwest of the country in order to reorient the state's economy from oil production to other industries. Within the framework of the NEOM project, the idea of the Crown Prince to create a new type of city, which will be called Line, that is, Line, will be implemented. The prince showed the world a project, the cost of which should be $200 billion. The settlement, as the name implies, will have the form of a line stretching from the coast of the Red Sea to the high-altitude valleys in the Tabuk region, 1,000 kilometers from Riyadh. The 170-kilometer long line will connect the Red Sea coast with the mountains in northwestern Saudi Arabia, where the NEOM Live laboratory with industrial and residential areas, ports, sports and entertainment facilities are already located. The line project has been called a revolution in urban life, which will lead to the harmonious coexistence of man and nature. The line will consist of interconnected districts, which are called urban modules. The complex is built around natural objects, not on top of them. It will use advanced technologies to preserve the environment. The line will be able to accommodate up to 1 million residents, exclusively pedestrians. Nothing is known about the architecture of the new city yet, but during the presentation it was demonstrated that it will consist of 3 lines, ground for pedestrians, transport and logistics for maintenance. Infrastructure facilities will be partially placed underground so that they do not interfere with people's free walks, and a line of eco-friendly public transport will be laid even lower. Thanks to him, traveling from one end of the line to the other will take a maximum of 20 minutes. There will be no roads and cars in the line. The city is planned so that everything necessary for a resident in medicine, education, entertainment, parks, is within walking distance. Electricity will come only from natural sources, and all buildings will be made carbon positive. This means that the infrastructure will consume more carbon dioxide than was expended to provide it, thereby reducing the carbon footprint. The territories will be landscaped as much as possible. Therefore, residents will not have the feeling of a megalopolis, but at the same time a sense of comfort will remain. Artificial intelligence capable of self-learning will manage everything. Most of the construction costs will be borne by the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Saudi Arabia, as well as private investors. It is expected that 380,000 jobs will be created in the new city, and by 2030 this project will bring $48 billion to the kingdom's GDP. Prince Mohammed announced the start of construction in early 2021, and they promised to complete it in 2025. It should be noted that the very idea of building a linear city is not unique. Back in 1882, Spanish engineer Arturo Soria y Mata published a series of articles describing the concept of linear cities. His idea was that it was necessary to lay a transport line and build houses and everything else along this line. According to this principle, the construction of Madrid began. It still retains its linear shape. However, later, architects and urban planners noticed that the arrangement of houses with ribbons around the highway creates unbearable living conditions for their inhabitants, and over time, the load on the central transport artery also increases. Magnitogorsk was also built along the Ural River on a linear principle. However, time has made its own adjustments, and now on the map, the city looks more like an oval than a line. Let's hope that Prince Mohammed took into account the experience of his predecessors in his concept, and he will be able to fill the architectural beauty of the line with the meanings of life in the 21st century. That's all, friends. If you liked the video, share this video with your friends and put likes. Bye!